Hi, and welcome to the Federalist YouTube channel. My name's Tristan Justice, and I'm a staff writer based in Denver. And I'm here with my colleague, Jordan Davidson. We're here to talk about the Free Britney movement. So yesterday, Britney Spears lost a court battle to get out of the conservatorship under her father. So Jordan, can you just kind of start off for us? What happened yesterday? Break this down a little bit.
Sure. So there's a series of court cases around Britney's conservatorship, and basically her father controls her finances and certain aspects of her life. And a judge kind of rules on them, makes sure that he's being held accountable for the decisions he's making financially. So the hearing that we saw this week was kind of a routine thing, but Britney's lawyer and her mother came into the hearing arguing that maybe her father, Jamie, should not be the conservator anymore, that she should be able to regain some of her power over her own estate and over her own kind of life. And the judge ruled that not as a legitimate claim. He did add a co-conservator to help with the finances, but continued to keep her father on that list.
Yeah, so Jordan, I thought it was really interesting how Britney wasn't actually at the hearing herself. It was her mom and an attorney representing her. And her mom's actually been pretty active in the Free Britney movement. She's been liking different social media posts that have gone viral, advocating for Britney to get out of this conservatorship under her father. Why do you think her mom is so involved in this?
I think her parents are divorced and they no longer live together. So I think her mom sees kind of what these fans are seeing is these nervous looks on camera, these Instagram posts that are kind of just off. And I think, at the heart of it, it's the mother's love. She wants the best for her daughter. And this conservatorship has been around for more than a decade now. And it was supposed to be a temporary thing in the beginning, and it's not a temporary thing anymore. So I think she just wants what's best for her daughter. Brittany's almost 40, and I think she just wants to see a kind of a new stage of life. And so she's really pushing for Brittany's lawyer to argue against her father as the conservator.
Yeah, see, I think it's really interesting how you brought up that this was supposed to be a temporary arrangement, right? This thing started in like 2008 after some pretty public alleged mental breakdowns. Brittany, she was doing things like shaving her head, having some issues that were playing out very publicly. But now it's 12 years later, and this conservatorship has never ended. And I mean, just looking at Britney's track record over the last 12 years, she's I put out some of the numbers here. She's gone on 4 world tours. She's done a 4-year Las Vegas residency, which is no light schedule, by the way. She's published 4 different albums. She's guest starred in multiple shows. She's played cameos and played in shows like Glee, How I Met Your Mother, and she was a guest star, or she was a permanent star for a whole season on The X Factor. And it just doesn't sound to me like someone who warrants being in this type of conservatorship. And just so our viewers know, conservatorship, as you know, Jordan, is an arrangement that's preserved for people who are debilitated somehow. Either they have a severe mental illness, or they're 89 years old and have dementia where they can't take care of themselves. So they give away pretty much all of their autonomy to someone else who's their conservator. So Britney, she has really no say over her finances. Her dad controls that. Her dad controls who she sees, where she goes, what she does, where she performs. And so now, this news came out yesterday where Britney said through her lawyer, she's not going to work. She said she's not going to do any more shows until she's finally out of this conservatorship. We know now on the record that she is, a quote, terrified of her father. I mean, her lawyer said that. Britney is afraid of her father, who's controlling every aspect of her life. And so, and whereas before, the Free Britney movement was kind of attacked as a conspiracy by her father, saying these are just conspiracy theories based on some of the Instagram posts that you just mentioned. So if you could kind of, for viewers, just kind of break down why do they think this was a conspiracy theory? What kind of Instagram posts do you mean when you say these posts caught attention online, leading people to believe that Britney was against this arrangement, even though she hadn't really been on record against it before?
Sure. Well, this Free Britney movement has been around for a while now. Like we said, the conservatorship has gone on for almost a decade, and people have slowly started to realize that it is kind of odd for a woman who had so much talent and is still doing so much with her career to be under the watchful eye of her father. And so
She's
people have
38.
gathered. She's 38. She's almost 40. She has children. Like she is a grown woman. who has
Hmm.
done grown woman things. And but people have come together in online forums, there's podcasts, there's Instagram communities, there's Reddit forums, there's all sorts of places that these people have come together and speculated on what's happening. And as the years have gone on, they've built more and more evidence. These slight comments in certain hearings, like she's afraid of her father, that kind of thing, add to it. But really, what the fans have latched onto the most are these Instagram posts off of Britney's own social media accounts that show her kind of in a weird state. And fans started to notice this, and they would comment things like, wear a yellow shirt if you're in help, if you need help or in trouble. Post a picture of doves if you think you need to be rescued. And these
Right.
things were being fulfilled in her post. She was, kind of complying with it, which some people might label a coincidence, but it happened repeatedly. And so, as the years have gone on, this movement has grown and it's gathered a lot of attention, even trending on Twitter this summer. So, I think a lot of people are becoming more and more concerned as the evidence continues to build.
Right. And I think that's really an important point because I think before yesterday, it was, I mean, it was technically an open question how Brittany felt about this arrangement. There had long been rumors that she was uncomfortable with it. There had long been these rumors based on these Instagram posts where where fans would comment, say, wear yellow if you need help, and then she would wear yellow in a picture. It would be stuff like that. But yesterday was really a confirmation that Brittany is not okay with this arrangement, and she wants out. She really wants out, and so it's sad that we're not going to see any Brittany performances now that we have a vaccine on the horizon. The end of the pandemic is coming towards us. But what's even sadder is just this arrangement, the circumstances surrounding this abrupt halt in her career. I mean, just imagine being afraid of your father. Many people, unfortunately, are, but also imagine being afraid of your father in addition to paying him six figures every year and paying upwards of like what $1.1 million in conservatorship fees for the arrangement that you never even you don't even consent to. And so I mean, it's really a tragedy. And of course, there are things about Brittany. Maybe we're only getting one side of the story. I mean, there have been different episodes that definitely sure need to be talked about, like when she burned down her gym earlier this year. She had like a candle. That I just considering her productivity over the last 10, 12 years. Um, I mean, conservatorship is such an extreme legal measure to take. She probably needs some type of support. She definitely needs some type of support in other areas. But I don't know. What do you think about this? The conservatorship just seems like so extreme to me.
It does seem extreme. And like you said, it's usually reserved for extreme circumstances, for times when someone who is not productive or is not capable of doing things. And so I think that's why it's garnered so much attention. And one thing to mention is that all hope is not lost. The Free Britney community, obviously, like we said, is gaining ground. But the judge also ruled that this case isn't closed, and there's another hearing on December 16th. So there is a chance that in the future, this conservatorship should be or could be pulled back or even removed completely, but we just don't know at this time.
And right, like you said, there's still hope, and the case isn't over. Jordan, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.